Approve the minutes from our March 17th meeting.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll
You
second.
close the door, please.
You did, thank you.
Sorry. I would second that motion.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. We'll call the roll.
Barrow,
Yes.
Fiskus,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Kurt,
Yes.
Lineback,
Yes.
Noonan,
Yes. We have two petitions and communications. One is the Environmental Tree Advisory Commission meeting.
Mr. Mayor,
which-
point of order, I'm not sure I said the correct thing. I said about
Oh.
approving the regular minutes of March 17. Should I,
Oh, yeah.
regular meeting of April 7?
You did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you stand corrected,
I stand corrected.
and we'll second that.
I will second that.
Amendment.
Second.
Okay, and we'll call the roll on the amended
Learning curve.
motion.
Barrow,
Yes.
Fiskus.
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Kurt,
Yes.
Lineback,
Yes.
Noonan.
Yes. Petition and communications, we need a motion to accept these. We have two Environmental and Tree Commission from 3/24/25, and the Parks and Rec Committee meeting on 3/25/25. We need a motion and a second, please.
Yeah, we'll move to accept petitions and communications and place them on file.
Mr. Noonan?
Thank you, Mayor McDonald. I will second that motion.
Thank you. Any discussion on that? We'll call the roll, please.
Barrow,
Yes.
Fiskus,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Kurt,
Yes.
Lineback,
Yes.
Noonan.
Yes.
We have a consent calendar. We'll entertain a motion in a second, and we'll discuss these. Mr. Kurt, please.
Mr. Mayor, I would move that we approve all four items on the consent calendar.
I need a second.
I will second that motion.
Thank you. City Council has examined each item on the consent calendar, proposed legislation, and other items set forth in this agenda that involves the expenditure of public funds, use of public property, or use of city Maumee resources, and have determined and find that any action or expenditure set forth in those items would be for and serve a public purpose as defined by Ohio law, that the expenditure and/or use of public property would be for the general good of the residents and taxpayers of the city of Maumee and the general public, and promotes the public health and general welfare of the citizens of the city of Maumee and the general public. B is a recommendation from the city administrator. Mr. Birch?
Yeah, it's just to suspend, keep the door rules longer at night for the summer fair.
Okay,
Requested by MUBA.
all right, thank you. Next is another recommendation from city administrator, requesting a liquor permit for Nakama Japanese Steakhouse. They actually, withdrew this request, right?
No, it's just a transfer from the Nagoya.
Okay.
I think there's a new owner.
Yes.
And then there was also just a transfer or change of ownership within the one group. So we can request a hearing, but there's no need or no basis for requesting hearing in this matter.
Okay. And then D is the facade grant for the Maumee Valley Chocolate and Candy Store. I believe we discussed that at Committee of the Whole. Any further discussion on any of these items from council? Okay, we'll call the roll on the consent calendar.
Barrow,
Yes.
Fiskus.
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Kurt,
Yes.
Lineback,
No.
Noonan.
Yes.
New business is, that passes, thank you. New business is a recommendation from the city administrator, it's a first reading, approving Resolution 9-2025, authorizing a multi-year support for Project IAM. Any discussion on that?
That's exactly what it says.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Mr. Noonan, do you have anything further on that?
No, I was just, do we need to do a motion on that?
Yes, so,
I'd like to do that if possible.
yeah, so we just need a motion for first reading. Or do we need anything? Do we need a motion on that, Mr.?
You could make a motion. That's
Okay.
business.
Go ahead, Mr. Noonan.
Thank you, Mayor McDonald. I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 009-2025, a resolution authorizing multi-year support for Project IAM.
Thank you. Yes.
I will second that.
We'll call the roll on that, please.
Barrow,
Yes.
Fiskus,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Kurt,
Yes.
Lineback,
Yes.
Noonan.
Yes.
Okay, that is approved. And we'll go to 10B, recommendation from the city administrator authorizing participation in the ODOT road salt contracts that are awarded for 2025. This is a standard practice for every year, that we get involved in a decent pricing for a road salt, like an aggregate. Any discussion on that? We need two motions for this. Mr. Kurt, please.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that we approve excuse me, resolution,
Suspend the rules and declare an emergency is what I need.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
move that we suspend the rules, declare emergency on the matter of 10B.
And a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you. Call the roll.
Barrow,
Yes.
Fiskus,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Kurt,
Yes.
Lineback.
Yes.
Noonan.
Yes.
And approval, sir?
I move that we approve Resolution 10-2025, which authorizes participation in the ODOT road salt contracts awarded in 2025, and we already voted on the emergency declaration.
Thank you.
And I second that. And just wanted to mention that every year we have to do this. We have to put our bid in for the salt. And that's just standard method of operations, and this house is done with the emergency in place. Thank you.
We'll call the roll.
Barrow,
Yes.
Fiskus,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Kurt,
Yes.
Lineback,
Yes.
Noonan.
Yes.
We'll go to comments. I just wanted to make a couple comments. One on the city cleanup on April 12th. It was a great turnout, and a number of projects were completed with some really good volunteers that contributed to our community. The Uptown area, the River Walk, the Anthony Wayne Trail in Detroit intersection area down there, Roth Park. There was a lot of cleanup and a lot of garbage that was collected that day, so thank you to all that was involved in that. Also, on May 1st, we have the multi-use path or ribbon cutting. That is on May 1st at 5 p.m. It's down at the dead end of Detroit Avenue at the roundabout, right there where the sign is, by Bigby Coffee. We were going to have a ribbon cutting of our multi-use path. It kind of got a lot of traction with a lot of other partners in the community that are now going to be showing up: Metro Parks, Maumee City Schools, TMACOG, City of Toledo, so TARDA. So there's going to be a lot of partners that want to show up and express their appreciation for what's being done in that area and the connectivity that we are abiding by in the active transportation plan in Lucas County. So that's May 1st at 5 o'clock. Kind of starts at 4:30, but officially starts at 5. And April is Autism Recognition Month. It's fitting that we did pass a resolution that's supporting this through the Acoustics for Autism moving forward. So that's very timely, so thank you, Council, for that. And with that, we'll move on to Mr. Barrow.
Thank you, Mayor McDonald. Just wanted to mention that the project I am has been so successful, and it's really rewarding to see the overwhelming attendance to it, and it's always for a great cause, and hope it continues to grow as it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fiskus.
Thank you, Mayor. I've got something I have written down. I'm going to read from it, and kind of goes into why I'm reading from it and not just shooting from the hip. I've remained pretty silent on matters regarding the recall, but now that there's a website citing grievances specifically about me, I feel compelled to address them. I'd rather use my time for comment towards other matters involving the city, so I'll try to keep these thoughts brief. Let me first start by stating I do not speak for every member of this council, the mayor, or the members of city staff, nor do they speak for me. My thoughts are my own just as much as their thoughts are their own. The website states that I'm kind and likable, and I'm glad that they were able to admit that. It also stated that I care about parks, also true, but my love for Maumee is citywide. I grew up here, my wife and I chose to settle here and raise our family here, and one of the main reasons I originally ran for council was to help ensure that my children would be afforded the same opportunities that I was so lucky to benefit from here in Maumee. I feel that some people take kindness as weakness, and that can't be further from the truth. Part of being a good council member is treating everyone with the same respect you hope to be shown in return. It serves no purpose to use this seat as a bully pulpit. If we all hope to move forward as a community, we should treat our residents, fellow elected officials, and city staff with respect. I find no benefit in using my seat on council to attack or try to belittle anyone. Just because you may not see me question every piece of legislature we have presented before us, it does not mean I do not push back on things. There are numerous times that I can count where I have had concerns with items on the agenda. I've chosen to speak one-on-one with those who have recommended those things and discuss the details and my concerns. In the past, this has led to items being changed or even removed from the agendas entirely. There is no apathy, fear, or blind loyalty in the votes that I cast. I also have no carefully scripted lines that I am fed. I've been told by more than one person that they wished I spoke my mind more often. My response is always the same. I'm the type of person who prefers to take on in the information given to me and take time to reflect on it before jumping to any rash conclusions. In a time where anything I say can be chopped up and spun against me, I think it's prudent to make sure what I want to say is carefully worded to take out any chance of misinterpretation. When I put into words what I want to say, there's typically one person who reviews what I have written for clarity and conciseness, and that's my wife. Recently, I've sought out the counsel of one other person I know who works in the communication field to also assist me to ensure that my words are clear. Again, this is out of conscious effort to eliminate confusion, and let me also clarify, I don't ask for approval from anyone here at the city to say what I say. As I said, my thoughts are my own, and I have every right to speak them, and I believe there's more value in the content when I speak as opposed to the amount of times I choose to speak. I'm aware that not every decision that is made will be popular. I didn't seek out a council seat to become popular. We're facing unprecedented challenges in this city, and I'm steadfast in my pledge to continue moving us forward and not accepting the status quo of kicking cans down the road. Many times I've heard people say something along the lines of bring the old Maumee back, but that simply ignores all the flaws that were plaguing this community. That's not to say there weren't great things and aren't great things about my hometown, but it also neglects to recognize all the decisions that either ignored or didn't correct existing problems. I firmly believe that we can move Maumee forward while still keeping a grasp on what was great about Maumee in the past. Change is hard, but a city that doesn't adapt and invest in itself dies, and I will not allow Maumee to slowly wither away. I wanted to piggyback on the community cleanup and thank the partners that we had for that. Calvary Church, their whole crew went to Rolfe Park. They took care of that. Maumee City Schools sent a contingent of people. The Citizens Climate Lobby, Sheets sent 4 or 5 people to come help clean up, and Keep Toledo Lucas County Beautiful helped provide the bags and trash grabbers and all that. Friday, April 25th at 10 a.m., we're having an Arbor Day tree planting at the Walcott House Complex. The mayor already talked about May 1st, and since it's coming up before our next meeting, Saturday, May 3rd, is the Little League Parade. It starts at 9:30. Elks parking lot travels through Uptown, goes to Ford Field, there's opening ceremony, and it officially kicks off summer, as I like to say. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Harris?
I'm going to pass this evening.
Thank you. Mr. Kurt?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Councilman Fisk, John, you said your thoughts are your own. If I may adopt them myself. I'll give you credit, but I agree with everything you said. Thank you for saying it. Thank you. And again, I will, concerning the community cleanup, it was great. I couldn't get around too much. Hopefully next year I'll be able to get around and pick up stuff, but I did pick up a lot of stuff right around City Hall here. So, but thank you, everybody who were there, everyone who was there, and also every once in a while I see people out in the streets picking things up with grabbers and trash bags and so forth, apart from cleanup day, and I know we all appreciate that as well. So, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Leinbach?
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to just take a few moments to express the reservations I had on voting yes tonight on the facade grant loan that was part of the consent calendar. Now, I understand the motivation behind the program. Economic development takes several forms, and this is one. This program is just one. I understand that our city, like many others, sometimes sees a need to assist private businesses in maintaining their structures that are in the heart of the retail business district, especially when financial need is a consideration. It's deemed that this is a must-do, and the money's just not there. I also understand why any business owner would try to avail themselves of this generous funding. I, too, would apply for it if I operated a business here. But I also understand that there are many people in our community who have seen significant dollars invested in the Uptown District and are wondering, how much is enough? They ask, what benefits they are experiencing, from these investments. Now, I believe the Maumee Valley Chocolate and Candy Shop is a great business. Let me underscore that again. I think that is a great business in Maumee. And the proposed project that we've seen the drawings and whatnot on could indeed be very appropriate. But I just don't know enough about the project, about the business, and about the financial needs so that I would be confident in persuading other people who are maybe a little skeptical about it. We have to just make sure, I want to be able to convince them that, hey, this is truly the best use of your money. It is very easy to spend other people's money. I think we all know that. And we have an obligation, because we are responsible for that. And in this ordinance on the facade loan grant, it says that the council of the city of Maumee, in its sole discretion, has the final approval authority of all grant applications. So it's something we have to take very seriously. And I just want to make sure that we do so wisely. I felt I needed some more information so that I could feel very confident in that decision. That's why. Not anything about the business. It's a great business. I'll say it again 4 or 5 times. I'm glad we have it in Maumee. That's it. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Noonan?
Thank you, Mayor McDonald. Just real quick, it's kind of been echoed before, but I want to commend Councilmember Fiskus for always orchestrating these cleanups. It takes a lot for me to get up on a Saturday morning to go clean up on garbage, so again, it's a testament to him and what he's done with that event, even before he got on council, so I'm always proud to be part of that tradition. So again, it was another successful cleanup, and so thank you, Councilmember Fiskus, and obviously everybody that was a part of it, city and Calvary Church and what have you, school people. So that was a good event, as always, so again, commend everybody for being a part of that. And then last thing is go Pistons and Cavs. That's it, thanks.
Thank you. Mr. Birch?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just want to tell you that the economic development announcement that we promised tomorrow is actually happening in early May at the request of the developer and the seller of the property. They're putting more visual aids together for the public to fully appreciate what that project's about. It's a pretty large project, so that will be announced, and we'll be announcing a press conference for that. Also, John, I think I told you this, but I thought it was interesting. I have some pictures in front of Speedway, which is really 7-Eleven, where Sheetz employees are picking up garbage from the Speedway in front of Speedway, which is kind of fun. So I tease them a little bit about it. So thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. We're going to go into executive session, and there'll be no more council business after that. So I need a motion and a second to go into executive session for pending litigation and to consider compensation of public employee or official. Yes.
Thank you, Mayor. I move we enter executive session for pending litigation and to consider compensation of public employee or official.
And I would second that motion.
Thank you. Call the roll.
Barrow.
Yes.
Fiskus.
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Kurt.
Yes.
Weinbach.
Yes.
Noonan.
Yes.
Thank you.